In today's video, I want to go over a bunch of the stuff that was revealed as a part of Sony's State of Play this morning. This State of Play went a little bit under the radar as most are looking forward to the Game Awards, and this one being held early in the morning. I'm sure a lot of you guys missed out on it. However, there were a lot of revelations and announcements, and I don't want to go over everything in this video, but there are 4 key things that I do want to take a look at. First of all, Babylon's Fall has gotten its first gameplay footage, and that game looks absolutely sick. That's going to be one to be on the lookout for, although it looks like it's still a long ways away. I initially thought we were going to get to play it this year, but obviously as we headed into the latter portion of the year, it was evident that it wouldn't be a 2019 game. Outside of that, Ghost of Tsushima got a brief trailer. However, we'll be getting more of that at the Game Awards. Resident Evil 3 has been officially confirmed, and Paper Beast is a brand new PlayStation VR title, and I want to give that some shine at the end of this video as well, since that's one that's definitely going to go a little bit under the radar. Outside of that, there were a bunch of other announcements as well. However, I do want to limit this video and cover the absolute highlights. We'll go over the rest in future videos as well. Alright, first up, the one that really stood out to me was Babylon's Fall. If you guys are unaware of what this game is, this is the latest game from Platinum Games, and it's being published by Square Enix. Platinum and Square Enix have, of course, worked together before with the creation of the excellent Nier Automata. And if you know what Platinum is all about, you know them for their fast-paced, action-oriented gameplay, and Babylon's Fall is right up that alley. Babylon's Fall is a brand new game from Square Enix, developed in partnership with renowned action specialist Platinum Games Inc. And in the new teaser trailer unveiled during the State of Play broadcast earlier today, take an early look at the game's fluid action gameplay for the first time, as well as its striking brushstroke visual art style delivered by the original brushwork filter. Keep your eyes open for more information about Babylon's Fall when this coming summer. So yes, this is a game we're not going to be able to play for a long time. If the game is just getting gameplay now and we're going to be waiting until the summer to get more footage of it and more information on it, that means we're probably not going to be playing it until fall 2020, which is incredibly depressing. I am very much excited for Babylon's Fall. However, I think if it is coming fall 2020, it is going to get a little bit lost in the shuffle with all of the next-gen talk. However, given that it's Platinum Games, given that it's Square Enix, a brand new IP that does look really good, that slick presentation style, I do think that ultimately it's going to get a lot of attention when it does finally release. And again, the gameplay that's been rolled out thus far from that brief trailer has looked fantastic. It was noted to be a PlayStation 4 game, but we'll see. Is this going to transition into a PlayStation 5 game? I could very much see that being a possibility. That's really not as big of a talking point going into next generation, because these games are all going to be able to be played on the PS5. We're going to have full backwards compatibility, so it's not a big deal. And the game in development obviously was designed for the PS4, so an upgrade to a PS5 version isn't really going to offer a boatload of improvements outside of some things from a technical standpoint, but it really seems to be true to that Platinum Games action-oriented gameplay that we know and love. And of course, Platinum Games, you'll be able to experience some of their earlier games early next year, with Vanquish and Bayonetta being remastered and ported to the PS4. That is going to be awesome. That comes February 18th, so hopefully that can hold you over on your Platinum Games fix. But Babylon's Fall is something you should definitely have on your radar. Alright, moving on from that, Ghost of Tsushima got a very brief trailer. This is the one where they pulled the State of Play is not over yet. We have one more thing to show you, and I was like, holy crap, we're gonna see more of Ghost of Tsushima. And then it was probably the briefest trailer you've ever seen in your life. Now, it wasn't even a trailer, it was just the intro to the trailer that will be shown off at the Game Awards. So they just wanted to let you guys know that the game will be appearing at the Game Awards, and I feel like we have to get a release date at the Game Awards. I don't know, this game is still being detailed as a PS4 game, but you would think that this game would come out after The Last of Us Part 2, and then you're talking about a June, July, August, maybe even later than that release window. So again, you're talking about a game that is still a little ways away. Do you want to announce the release date at Game Awards? However, we will be getting a new trailer, and it will have new gameplay, so that's really exciting to hear. I don't believe we've seen Ghost of Tsushima since E3 of 2018. Yeah, it has been that long. How time flies like that. But yeah, it's been a year and a half, so it'll be exciting just to see more of Ghost of Tsushima, as it is one of those PS4 exclusives that's rounding out the generation. And I could always see the game getting a PS5 version or whatever, but it was detailed and noted to be a PS4 game, so it will be coming to the PlayStation 4. But this is one obviously done by Sucker Punch, and Sucker Punch has been MIA for a while. They've been working on Ghost of Tsushima for the last few years. Their last game was Infamous Second Son all the way back in early 2014. Yes, that game came out a few months after the PS4 originally released. They did do Infamous First Light, however, that was a smaller downloadable game, and now we're finally going to get their next title, Ghost of Tsushima, a brand brand new IP, and again, we're gonna hear more at the Game Awards, so that's very exciting. Alright, next up, the worst kept secret of State of Play. Resident Evil 3 makes a return trip to Raccoon City April 3rd, 2020, so yes, it will be out very, very soon. And a quick turnaround for the Resident Evil franchise. I don't think this is the worst thing in the world to keep the momentum of the franchise rolling. You don't want to take big breaks between the games, and if you can put out games of quality on a consistent basis, I do think that gamers are ultimately going to be appreciative of that. Maybe it's too quick of a turnaround for some people, but Resident Evil 2 was so well received. Resident Evil has finally really found its footing once again, and it's being received as that top tier game franchise, and if they follow it up with Resident Evil 3 being of high quality come April 3rd, I think that's a win in every account. Taking place a few months after the original Resident Evil ends, Resident Evil 3 takes place both before and after the events of Resident Evil 2. While Leon and Claire's stories occur after the city has already been infected for some time, Jill's story provides a new perspective. Starting with the early days of the outbreak, you will follow Jill's fight for survival as the population of the once lively metropolis turns into hordes of the undead. Despite providing a thorough report on the Umbrella Corporation and the incident at the Arclay Mansion a few months prior, Jill's investigation has largely been swept under the rug. Even though she's been suspended from the police force, Jill is still on a mission to bring the truth to light. To do that, however, she has to first escape with her life and her investigation in tow, setting out to put the wreckage of the city behind her once and for all. Jill runs headlong into one giant problem that all of her training and her harrowing experiences in the Arclay Mansions couldn't prepare her for. A big part of the original Resident Evil 3 was the introduction of a constant pursuer in the Nemesis. You couldn't quite be sure where he'd pop up next, and if you did encounter him, you had another problem on your hands. He could follow you from one area to the next. Sounds like a certain fedora-wearing, boot-stomping creature from earlier this year, doesn't it? Nemesis is seen as something of an upgrade to the line of the bioorganic weapons that Tyrant hails from, and was also a bit more intelligent and capable of using weapons. Even those who haven't played the original game likely know he's fond of rocket launchers. A bunch of other detail was revealed on the PlayStation blog, so I'll leave a link to that in the description box below. The game is available to pre-order right now. They've got a collector's edition with an 11-inch Jill Valentine figure. That includes the standard edition, a digital double album soundtrack, collector's art book, Raccoon City double-sided map, and a Stars item box packaging, and again highlighted by the 11-inch figurine. All of that is available to pre-order right now, so do check that out. And lastly, I do want to give a shout to Paper Beast. Explore a dreamlike ecosystem in PlayStation VR. Eric Chahi, creative director over at Pixel Reef, detailed the game over on the PlayStation blog, and he noted, in Paper Beast, I want the player to feel like they are the first explorer of a virgin land. This is how we created the game. As a journey through a unique wilderness where no human being has ever set foot, the game leads you to discover fauna and flora made from original paper, folded metal, coral. Some elements seem familiar, such as water and sand, while others are more surreal, such as the creatures. As you go through the game, you solve puzzles and obstacles, discovering a lot of surprises. The creatures help the player progress through their journey intuitively without a word, since the game's narrative is non-verbal. You share a common goal with these animals to progress and evolve in this world. You'll create a strong bond as you interact and travel together. This is also how we design levels as a journey of migration. The challenge was to create credible wilderness. Thanks to our physical simulation of locomotion, the animals move as if they had muscles and bones. This technology is the core of the gameplay. The engine calculates the creature's movement in real time to allow them to react to all the player's actions. Creatures will also adapt their movements to the terrain and the obstacles on their path. In the trailer, they present how the player can manipulate the terrain to solve certain puzzles. Looks like a rather interesting VR game. Again, whenever a state of play happens, the games that are going to be highlighted are the big budget PlayStation 4 traditional games. However, VR has made an impact, and Paper Beast is definitely one to keep your eyes on. We don't have an exact release date for this one, but it does look quite good, and I'll definitely keep an eye on that. And that's going to conclude this video. Again, State of Play brought with it a bevy of new announcements. I thought it was highlighted by Babylon's Fall's first gameplay footage. I think that game looks terrific, and it's by Platinum Games, so it's almost assuredly gonna be really good. Ghost of Tsushima, we're gonna hear more at the Game Awards. Resident Evil 3 is coming April 3rd, and that looks quite good, and Paper Beast is a brand new PSVR title. That's gonna conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.